Hey everybody, welcome back to Starcub Review. I'm your host as always, Starcub, and before I get into what we're going to do today, I just want to send out an apology to everybody. The last couple of days has just been absolutely nuts for me, and the videos that I planned to get out have gone completely out the window, so I've had to redo some because due to technical difficulties with my bloody phone, some things that I recorded didn't, bits and pieces were missing and my phone was screwing up, so I've had to film a whole bunch of them again, so they're going to be new and fresh, so I do apologize for that. They should have been out over the weekend and they weren't, and I was going to put out a community notice, but I totally forgot with all the stuff that has just been going on lately, so I'm doing them new and fresh. So a big welcome to everyone brand new to my channel, new subscribers. Thanks so much for choosing my channel. I really do appreciate it. Everyone returning, you know I will love and appreciate it, and you will have noticed by now there's something different about me. I have had a complete change. I've had a beard trim and I've also had a hair trim. So I've got no more long hair anymore, no more crazy curly long hair. So I needed a change and that's what I got. So on today's agenda, I'm going to be doing a couple of movie reviews and a game review as well, and a couple of updates. So they will be coming this week and a couple will be coming tonight. So I will roll the intro and then let's get into it. Okay everybody, I'm back. So today's review is going to be a movie review. It coincides with the book that I just did for the audio book, and I read the book alongside it, and that is Stephen King's Dr. Sleep. And this one is Mike Flanagan's movie version of Dr. Sleep. So let's get into it. So I watched Dr. Sleep director's cut last week, and really happy that I actually decided to re-watch it, because it's still a fantastic film. It is an absolute horror masterpiece when it comes to Stephen King. And Mike Flanagan has done an amazing job with it. And obviously with stars like Ewan McGregor, Rebecca Ferguson, Kyliegh Curran, and Cliff Curtis, just to name a few, Dr. Sleep was an incredible meditation on horror, grief, fear, absolute psychological terror, and psychological horror as well. But it also brings Stephen King's book to life with a few changes, of course, which a lot of, it's very subtle changes, but the ending for me to Dr. Sleep was one of the most, it was just an injustice to Dan Torrance, how Mike Flanagan treated his character in the end, and it really did not fit the movie. It fits the movie because I can kind of get where they were going, where he was going with it, to fit in with Stanley Kubrick's version of The Shining, to fit it all in perfectly. But going off the book as well, there's a lot of things in the book that he added in from the book that make this film just absolutely terrifying. Rebecca Ferguson as Rose the Hat, the leader of the True Knot, absolutely goddamn terrifying. She was perfect in her role as Rose the Hat. And in the book, she plays Rose the Hat in the book is just as savage and wild and grotesque as Rebecca Ferguson's Rose the Hat version. Absolutely goddamn amazing. Ewan McGregor as Danny Torrance was amazing. Have no qualms there. And it's Ewan McGregor's, he's just so believable as an older Danny Torrance that is struggling with drugs, alcohol, terrifying nightmares from what he and his mum Wendy Torrance went through in The Shining at the Overlook Hotel. And along the way, his character just becomes, you feel everything that he's going through, and where he is and how he becomes who he is as well. And the new addition is Kyliegh Curran. Now, she was absolutely amazing as Abra Stone. I have to hand it to her. She was absolutely amazing as Abra Stone. Absolutely brilliant. We also had Carl Lumley as Dick Halloran, who was the late head chef at the Overlook Hotel, and he has The Shining himself, and he became one of Danny Torrance's friends during the first film. But the original Dick Halloran was played by Scatman Carruthers. So he did a very, very good job of stepping up to the mantle of Dick Halloran. It was absolutely amazing. Every actor and actress in this film just played it so well. Even in flashbacks when we see Wendy Torrance as well, played by a different actress, obviously. But even she stood up to the role. And it was really, really amazing to see. Alex Esso as Wendy Torrance, who played Danny Torrance's mother, and obviously in the original played by Shelley Duvall. But she stepped up to the mantle, and wow, she was amazing as Danny Torrance's mum. Incredible. All the actors and actresses in this film were incredible. No qualms whatsoever. The depiction of the true knot was terrifying. There are so many scenes in this film that are just terrifying and grotesque and really bloody. In the book, with the true knot kidnaps certain kids in the book, it's very, very, very graphic. In the film, it is very graphic as well, but not as graphic as what the book depicts, which thank God, because some of it was just really whoa, I don't think you would be able to depict that sort of stuff on screen with kids. So they did what they, Mike Flanagan is an absolutely amazing filmmaker and writer and all of that. So it all melded together, and he did a great job of depicting a lot of stuff in Stephen King's book. But when it comes to the ending, it's just, he does Danny Torrance a real injustice, and it really ruins Danny Torrance's arc in the end and his redemption. It's so funny looking at it, because in the book, spoiler alert for anyone that has not read Dr. Sleep, please turn away now. Anyone that hasn't seen the movie either, please don't go ahead, because this is a spoiler. I'm warning you. I'll give you the count of 3, and after 3, I'm going for it. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, spoiler alert here. In the Dr. Sleep book, Danny Torrance is still alive. Danny Torrance doesn't die. He beats the Overlook in the end, because him and Abra Stone go back to fight Rose the Hat at the Overlook. They lure her there, and they have an ensuing battle there. They win against her, and Danny then becomes a sort of figure to Abra Stone, moving forward, teaching her how to use her shining for good and stuff like that, but also be very, very vigilant. But also, at the same time, it's also an ending arc for Danny Torrance, because, another spoiler alert, Abra Stone is related to Danny Torrance. Danny Torrance is her uncle in the book, because Abra Stone's mother has a connection to the Torrances. So Abra learns to use her powers on her own, and then she herself becomes more and more confident and goes, and then he starts training. Danny Torrance starts training her up, and it's looking towards the future now, because they realise that there's more of them out there that are stronger and more dangerous than Rose the Hat. Whatever they are, they'll come looking for them and her. So they start preparing and whatnot, but also moving in towards the future. Now that Abra knows how to handle herself, she can help other people that are going through this as well, and the same with Danny. And he's still at the, obviously, working at the hospice, helping people pass on into the afterlife. So it really is a bittersweet ending for Abra and Danny. But in the film, he dies. He sacrifices himself in order to save Abra Stone, so Abra Stone can move on and, become stronger because of it. And I just think Mike Flanagan did such a weak piss-ass job of... It feels wrong to just kill Danny off after all that he went through in the original film, and in this film, everything that he went through, it made no sense to sacrifice himself in order to help Abra Stone. It really does not make any sense, and that's the only qualm I really have with that film, is the fact that they killed Danny Torrance off, and I don't understand why. But I can see it sort of, like, he sort of redeems himself with all the stuff that he did in the film and in the book as well, because he was cheating, he was lying, he was stealing and stuff like that, and become an alcoholic, a drug addict and all of that, and he wasn't helping himself, but he was also not using his gift wisely, sort of thing. So it works, but it doesn't, and I feel like Mike Flanagan really lets the ending of that book down, leaves the ending of the film just completely like, what? Like, it just really confusing, really pissed me off that it ends that way. And in the book, he's still alive, and he's now becoming a mentor to Abra Stone, even though he doesn't see Abra Stone as much, because, Danny's still trying to figure out, in the end, himself and that as well, but also he has a job to do himself and move on from the Overlook and all of that, and so does she. But she grows and learns that they obviously need each other, and obviously she needs to help other people and search out other people that may be struggling with the same, the same thing that she was struggling through. So I really think Mike Flanagan should have gone with that ending and kept him alive, because who knows, Stephen King may, just surmising here, but what if Stephen King writes another sequel to Dr. Sleep, where it's all about Abra finding somebody else, and there's a worse enemy than Rose the Hat out there. It could happen, you never know. But other than that, I really, 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 really loved Dr. Sleep, Stephen King's book. Really loved it. It was absolutely goddamn thrilling, amazing, and the film it's a masterpiece in horror. It's just the ending lets it down. It really does, and it completely fucks up Danny's redemption arc. Just like, it really does, and it's like, I wanted him to survive, because it makes no sense him sacrificing himself in order to help Abra Stone. So it kind of works and it kind of doesn't, but it fits in with what Stanley Kubrick's Shining was going for. So, you gotta work within those parameters, I guess. But that's this review down. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe button, and the notification bell to keep up to date with all my content. And I have a TikTok link and a Instagram link down below in the description if you want to follow me on there. And I will see you all with some new videos again very, very soon. Alright guys, ciao.